Hey everybody, attorney Richard Seller here, mask and all. Wanted to bring you a quick video update from Seller Legal as the world is slowly starting to return back to the workplace. I wanted to discuss a couple of topics that I think are going to be important over the next months, even year, as things slowly start to get back into the flow and employees are back in the workplace. So we've sat down as a firm and we've identified a number of topics that we think are ripe for employer abuse as employees come back into the workplace. And let me just briefly touch on a few of them and then a quick personal message at the end about some serious concerns that we have with everything going on and employees taking care of themselves. So the first thing I think we're going to see a lot of is overtime violations. I think what's going to happen is employers are going to bring employees back to work and they're going to try to make up for lost time. So they're going to have employees working much longer hours. And, along those lines, employers are also going to want to cut corners on pay. So you're going to see a lot of bosses having employees work overtime off the books or not paying them properly. So employees, be vigilant and look at your hours, look for deductions, make sure you're being paid properly. The law has not been suspended in terms of overtime pay. So the employers are still legally obligated to pay you exactly as the law requires, and it's your money, okay? So don't let the employer justify and say, hey, be a team player, because you're a team player only as long as you're working there until they have to fire you to cut corners. So protect yourselves, protect your money. 2, we're gonna see a lot of employers cutting corners in terms of compliance and illegal behavior to get a job done. Hey, we're not gonna pull this permit for this job, or we're gonna have you drive more hours than you're legally allowed, or we're gonna have you work in an unsafe environment because we're understaffed. Those rights remain intact. As a whistleblower, you're protected if you object to something that your employer is doing that is illegal or that you believe is illegal. And if you get retaliated against for raising those concerns, remember, Seller Legal tip, ding, 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 always put it in writing, text or email. If you get fired for raising concerns in the workplace, that is illegal and your rights remain intact. Contact us if that happens. Next, you're also going to see some discrimination based on perception that you might be infected with COVID. You have a cough and your employer says, get out of the workplace, you're fired, we're not having people with a cough. The Americans with Disabilities Act and the local Florida laws protect employees from being discriminated against either for having a disability where you may need to take time off or the perception that you're disabled, meaning being fired because they believe you're a nuisance in the workplace due to a cough or cold or anything else like that. So in the event that something like that arises, okay, your rights are protected. You're still protected by the disability laws and all sorts of other things. So make sure that your employer is not taking action against you or treating you less favorably because you may need an accommodation in the workplace or things of that nature. The same thing applies with family medical leave. There's the new Family Medical Leave Act that still protects employees for having to take time off for COVID. But the old Family Medical Leave Act remains in place. If you're pregnant, if you have a disability, you need time off, and your employer qualifies, they have to protect your rights. We just signed up an employee this morning who was fired for protecting an employee who needed Family Medical Leave Act. That's illegal. Okay, I sort of rushed through these things. I know I'm speaking fast. Finally, take care of yourselves mentally, okay? There's a big thing going on where folks are coming back, they're depressed, they're anxious. Again, your rights are protected, and if you're feeling these things and you need help, there's nothing wrong with talking to your employer or human resources to make sure that you're getting the help that you need, most importantly, above everything, but also the legal protections in the workplace, okay? So don't feel that, you should be just grateful to have a job and you let things slide that you otherwise shouldn't have to let slide. You have rights, protect them. That's what we're here for. Hope everybody's doing okay. We're hoping that unemployment starts to come down and folks get back to work. If you need us, we're here. Richard at FloridaOvertimeLawyer.com. Visit our website at www.FloridaOvertimeLawyer.com or check out our website. We're here to help, guys. Be safe.